All right. So what I want you to do now is just set aside that listing that we just created. Remember, we created a listing from scratch, largely based on the positive reviews, the negative reviews, the best features and the worst features of our competitors. That served as our groundwork and our baseline for creating our own listing. And remember, we created the listing with zero keyword consideration because we wanted it to be the most highest converting for the consumer, which is human beings, not robots. Now, we're going to set the listing aside and we're going to dive into keyword research, and we're going to discover all of the keywords that we need to be including in our listing if we want the highest amount of visibility on Amazon. Okay, so how in the heck are we going to do that? Well, luckily for you, again, I have my keyword research formula, and you're going to get this Google Sheet for free as well. And I like to call this 4-step keyword domination. And what this is, obviously you can read this yourself. Let's just start with step number 1 and get into this. So, we need to search Amazon, find the top 15 to 20 bestsellers of your product. If you have Helium-10, simply use the X-ray, of course. Analyze their titles along with using your own common sense. You should find a common theme of the same 1 to 2 keyword phrases being repeated over and over again. This is where you need a keyword tool. You probably know which tool I recommend, right? The Helium-10 magnet. Use the magnet tool. Once this list is populated, sort by exact phrase. What we've been doing throughout the whole course, you should be pretty used to this by now. So you have the highest search at the top and in descending order. Now you should have a pretty clear idea of what your main keyword is. Just make sure it's 100% related to your product, because sometimes the tool will spit out unrelated keywords, as you've seen. Simply hit the X next to any keyword in the list that doesn't relate to yours. What do you say we just do it real quick again for a quick refresher? Here I am at Helium-10, and we're going to go to their keyword research tool right here, which is called the magnet. And we can get full validation whether we're right about our main keyword guess. I'm just going to type in camping tent. And let's let it do its thing. Okay. Next step, exact phrase search volume. Let's click that so we can sort from highest to lowest. Camping accessories, not related, X. Interesting, huh? So tents for camping might actually be our main keyword as opposed to camping tent. So that's interesting, right? And again, you would never ever know this unless you had a keyword tool. That's why keyword tools are simply necessary in your business if you want to perform at the highest level. So tents for camping or camping tent, either one of those will suffice. So we found our main keyword, right? We're just going to say tents for camping because that's what the data says. What's step 2? We need to make our keyword list. Now we have our base set in place. We have our main keyword. 90% of our secondary keywords will be derived from our main keyword. That's why step 1 is so important. Remember that big list of keywords that Helium-10 magnet spit out for us? Right here. Well, go ahead and keep it sorted using the same exact match filter. Now proceed to delete all the keywords that are irrelevant to your product, such as brands, etc. So let's do that. Pop-up tent, inflatable mattress, Coleman tent, that's a brand. Lanterns, nope. I'm just going to sort of get rid of everything here that's not related. Camping bed. That's a brand. 3-person tent. Family camping tents. Tent light. Camping light. 1-person tent. Outdoor tent. Again, we need the word to be 100% relatable to our product. Whatever, we'll just keep pop-up tents even though I deleted the one before. And if we hit the 2 here, go to the next page, and then if we actually scroll down and go back to the first page will repopulate with more results. So where did we leave off? We left off with this right here: large tent, camping lamp, instant tents for camping, waterproof tent, easy up tent, small tent. And again, whatever your product is, however it's designed, you're going to include or exclude any of these keywords that make sense for you. Nope. Okay. A lot of searches on how many people can fit in the tent. Kind of interesting, I guess. Nope. All right, so let's go do one more narrow down. Let's go to page 2, then back to 1, so it re-assimilates. Again, because it's organizing it by exact phrase search volume, so all the ones I delete, it's going to repopulate with the next best option. Let's just go through it again. Inflatable, airbeds, dome tent, camp tent, blow up mattress. And again, if you're not sure if the keyword is completely relevant to your product, this little button right here, you see I'm mousing over, show Amazon search result by this keyword. We click that, it actually pops it up in Amazon with the search term, and we can see exactly if it is relevant or not. And this looks like it definitely is, so we'll leave that one there. Nope. Don't know what a backpack tent is. I've seen that before. I guess it is relevant enough for us. Okay, whatever, I'll just leave that in there. So look, obviously if you have a 2-person tent, we're going to X out all of these. If you have a 6-person tent, you're going to X out the other ones. So my point is, you want to keep the ones that are just the absolute most relevant to your product. For this example, I'm just going to use this list as our list. And what I'm literally going to do is come over here and I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to just create another tab here and just paste it here. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of everything besides the right here. I like to keep this information for later, and you'll see why. Go ahead and delete this column. Let's just get this nice and organized. Let's unlink all this stuff. Okay. And let's just make this look nicer. Okay. So we have in descending order our most relevant keywords for our product based on the exact phrase search volume. It's a lot of search volume, as you can see. That's a ton of keyword depth. Obviously, because camping tents are just massively saturated and popular. Disregard these numbers off to the side here. These will be used at a later date. But all we want to focus on right now is column A and column B. That's all we care about at this moment. our keyword and our exact phrase search volume. So what are we going to do? Let's refer back to our sheet. What does it say in step 2? We want maybe 30 to 100 keyword phrases. Copy and paste for reference. Done. We actually have 140, so we're good. We got it. Step 3. We need to break this list down into single words. Okay. Did you know that in terms of your Amazon listing being indexed for keywords, all Amazon cares about is single words? So let me try to explain this to you in the best way possible. These exact phrases here are the phrases that get typed into Amazon where people find and buy your product, right? But in order to be found for these phrases in the first place, we need to be indexed by Amazon for all of the individual words within all of these phrases. So in other words, let's say in our title we have Coleman camping tent, one of the best tents for camping. Let's say that's our title. It would have essentially the same impact as if our title was Tents for Camping Coleman. So again, it doesn't have to be the exact way that it's displayed here, as long as all the single words are just in the listing somewhere. I hope that makes sense. I know it's a little weird. I think you'll see what I mean here in a minute. And don't get me wrong, we need to keep this list here the way it is, but we're just going to create a secondary list, sheet 3 here, that I'm just going to rename single words. Okay. It's going to be based off of this list here that we already did. So I'm going to take this list, copy it. And this is again where Helium 10 comes in. Again, I'm sure there's other tools out there that can do this, but I don't like to mess around because everything is in one central location with Helium 10. That is another reason why I love it. So we're going to go to Frankenstein, a keyword processing tool. We're literally going to copy and just paste all those words into here. We're going to keep spaces. We're going to remove duplicates, right? Because all we want is unique single words here. We'll protect numbers because there may be a number in a given keyword. You never know. That's fine. That's fine. So this is the filters criteria that we need. We're then going to hit process. Watch what happens. Oops. Okay, I screwed that up. That is my bad. We forgot to check off a filter. Add one word phrase per line. As you can see, we have 640 characters and 125 total words here. After we remove duplicates and all that, let's see what happens. 152 characters and 35 total words. These are all the single words that we need to include in some way to our listing. Is this not great information to have or what? Come back here and just copy and paste that. And again, my list usually is a lot longer than this because I usually go further. I usually go further on the magnet initial list, meaning that I'll dial this list down even further, maybe up to 100. I stopped at 40 just for the sake of the video. We then got all of our single words from it. Now what? What's step 4? Amazon autocorrects us for the most misspelled words, however, there are still some right. So, misspellings is interesting, right? There are some misspellings on Amazon, I'll show you in real time, where they autocorrect. So let's just do camping tent without the A. If you notice here, showing results for camping tent instead of the misspelling that I typed in. So they're auto-correcting. So essentially it doesn't really matter. The same listings that you would see for the correct spelling are going to show up down here. But there are certain phrases where Amazon does not autocorrect, and those phrases are going to have extremely low competition, and the majority of your competitors are not even going to be indexed for that misspelling. How can we go ahead and do that? Well, what we're going to do, take our single words, copy, go to the Helium 10 Misspellinator tool, paste, and prepare. Now, these are all of our single words. It did take out the numbers for us, but these are all of our most relevant single words for our listing. We're going to select all of them, and we're going to find misspellings. And I think your mind's going to be blown at the results. Let's let it do its thing for a minute. See what we come up with. Okay, so Helium 10 is done processing, and here are our results. So what do we decipher out of this? Well, the thing you want to pay attention to is this column here. Does Amazon auto-correct for these misspellings? And most of the time, it'll already be selected off. If you have this filter up here, select a non-auto-corrected misspellings. So look, not every single time will they be relevant enough for you to actually throw in, but I guess this is a tent misspelling. Amazon does not autocorrect for it. We're just going to make a list. Just copy and paste everything, over here, and let's keep going down. Tenant, okay, maybe a tent misspelling. All right. Perone, that looks like a person. There were a lot of keywords that had the word person in there. Maybe this too. Again, Amazon does not autocorrect for any of these. Families. See, look, this is a golden one, right? Because it's not exactly a misspelling, right? It's just a little bit of a punctuation error, and for whatever reason, Amazon doesn't autocorrect for it. Not even sure what this is supposed to be. Oh, two. You can just decipher whatever you think. They might be worthwhile, maybe not. Pop. People. I think this is definitely a good one. Nope. Instant. I think that's a good one right there. Definitely good right here. Definitely good here. We'll go ahead and take this one as well. Manned, maybe, okay. Again, I would just copy them all. Single, okay, sure. Camp, maybe this one. Room, pack back, book bag. All right, whatever, pack back, sure. Okay, so Amazon does not autocorrect for any of these. So where do we actually want to put these, right? Because we're not going to put misspellings in our listing. That would look horrible, wouldn't it? You'd be correct. It would look bad. We're not going to do that. These actually go into the back end of your listing called the search back-end search fields. We're going to cover that when we actually go into Amazon and I show you where to actually input your product listing. But we're going to save these for another day. I just like to get everything done on this 4-step process all in one shot. We're just going to set those off to the side, and for a later date in a later video, I'll show you what to do with them. So what have we done, right? We have our main keyword. We now have a full accurate list of our most searched for exact keyword phrases, which is invaluable information. We then broke that list down into single words. We then found that all the misspellings of those single words that Amazon does not auto-correct for. The base and glue for our product listing is now set. Let's set our keyword research aside and revisit after we finish our copywriting. Okay. Well, this is our keyword list. We have already finished our copywriting from the previous video. We need to now combine the two, right? What do you say we do that?